Hey y'all. This one's gonna be a little bit shorter than most, but because I didn't want to make the previous one like extra long. So this one's gonna be a little bit shorter, but don't worry, because the next one is gonna be incredibly long. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna cut this. I might have already cut it by me heading to the South Shroud. So in case that is the case, this might be another episode. Because I just remembered that I did the whole Hatali stuff at the beginning, and I completely glossed over that when I was factoring in the time. But either way, let's do this. Buscarin would use... Right, already said that. No word on the Sylph Elder yet, but I'm sure that it's only a matter of time. In the meantime, how would you go about doing a favor for old Buscarin in return? Right then, let's put you to work. There's a customer outside who's spoiling for a fight, and I need you to cool him off for me. No need to go cracking his skulls, though. Just take this tub of cold water and douse the drunkard. Tends to do the trick. My patrons will swill grog all night and cruise long enough to wake the dead if they wish. But as soon as it turns violent, I've got to put my foot down. Okay. Key items. Bucket of water. Mead-soaked Midlander. Oh, Nafka's teeth, that's cold. What do you mean no fighting? This Duskwhite scum was... Yeah, I know the rules. This bastard keeps his skin for now. Thanks for stepping in there, friend. Not that I couldn't handle myself against a bleeding milksop like that bloke. And I don't want to cause no trouble for Buscaron. You know, not having to mop up blood and bits of teeth and the like. Yeah. Nicely done, Blue. I'll not have my patrons picking fights with each other over a bit of petty prejudice. In case you didn't see, the bloke who caught the brunt of the outburst was a Duskwhite Ellison. There are people who shun cities and live in the wilds, making them no better than brigands in the eyes of many. To be fair, the Duskwhites have been an unruly lot, and they ain't so bad once you get to know them. And it don't seem right to bar a whole race of people from the druthers for the misdeeds of a few. There should be at least one place where anyone is willing to go. Anyone willing to pay the coin and drink in peace is welcome, don't you think? Thanks for the egg, I guess. Level 23 stuff. Huh. The eponymous proprietor of Buscarin's Druthers has need of an able adventurer. I appreciate all the good you've done for our patrons. If you aren't disinclined, I have a favor of my own to ask you. There was a Kirkern friend of mine, you see, name of Tetarun. A good lad. It was right after the calamity that I came across him fallen in the shroud. He nearly died in all the havoc. So I took him in, nursed him back to health, best I could. He worked here at my druthers for a spell after that. Got to talking about striking out his own, he did. Not long after, cast his lot with a merchant bound for Lenotia. Well, it just so happens I got to cleaning up around here and came across something of his. This scarlet earring. I know he was fond of the thing, but he must have just forgotten it when he left. So I'd like to see that it gets back to him. Can't say for sure where he ended up, but might be a friend of mine can. A Rogadan fellow named Bansing. You can find him on Hawker's Alley in Limsa. He knows everything of the coming and going of merchants there. Okay, I guess we're going on a random fetch quest in the middle of all this. You found your way to Hawker's Alley, friend. A Kirkern that worked at Druthers. You speak of Tetarun. Related to the Rune bloke who's just over there by some blood or another. Two of them put together and were two of them put in together and were making good coin, but old Tetarun up and left Limsa not long ago. Couldn't say as to why or where. You're better off asking Rune himself. He might be tight of lip though. I warn ye, best to make this chicken egg with the little bastards will love the bloody things. Good to hear about old Busk though. Sounds as though he ain't changed a bit. Just like him to send a venturer along. Too shy to come on his own. God damn, is drinking with that fool. Okay. Oh, just over here. Customer be welcome. Not customer. Not come with custom. Rune busy with business. Too busy for blather. Fresh chicken egg. If one were so inclined, the freshness of this egg could be checked by placing it in a container of water. Were it to lay on its side, it most certainly fresh. Should the egg float, however, it might be possessed by a void scent and should be smashed with extreme prejudice. This is why you read flavor text, because randomly the dev team will just put in a way to check rotten eggs in just the flavor text of a random item. Chicken egg. Rune love chicken egg. Love chicken egg more than love customer. Looking for Tetarun. Tetarun here no more. Tetarun leave Limsa. Tetarun go look for Sparklies. Now working at trading post. Good trading post. Forget where trading post is. Weinberg no Tetarun. Weinberg no trading post. Weinberg at ferry docks. Go to ferry docks. Rune forget things. Weinberg remember things. You talk to Weinberg, not Rune. Okay. Tetarun. I've seen him. That is to say, I saw him. He was headed somewhere up north by way of the ferry to Aleport. Might as well head there to see what you can suss out. The skipper here can take you there. When you arrive, start by asking Aldfoot, as he is an old hand and knows a great deal of many things. Tetarun, I saw him. That is to say, I've seen him. He took himself north through Skull Alley into Oakwood, but looking for a place to run with by his fellow Kirkern. I reckon he meant the one on the shore of Bronze Lake. Mimaroon's trading post. Follow the road and you're sure to find it. How fortuitous. I believe I've already talked about that area when I was running through here earlier. Finally found you. Customer be welcome. Not customer. Not come with custom. Bring something for Tetarun. Scarlet earring. A weathered brass earring fitted with a polished scarlet stone. A favorite of the forgetful Kirkern Tetarun. Tetarun forget this. Forget it, druthers. Tetarun swore would never forget earring, but never forgot. Tetarun thank. Tetarun thank. Good Buscaron doing good? Good Buscaron good to Tetarun. Tetarun miss good Buscaron. Just give me the money. Tetarun has places to go to, for you to go and thingies for you to get. Good Buscaron help Tetarun. Tetarun dead without good Buscaron. Must give thankies. Many, many thankies. Tetarun make Kirkern firewater for Buscaron. Buscaron love firewater. You help Tetarun make firewater? Need thingies to make. Need many, many thingies. Great. Need curl pup whiskers. Need 3 good curl pup whiskers. Okay, where exactly are we going? Oh, we're just going up there? Okay. So I ended up doing this random fate over here. Oh, I actually got an achievement for doing that fate. Neat. Which one was it? Complete the fate I just did with the highest possible ranking. That's neat. Which means that I actually like came into a multi-part fate right at the end there and got the achievement for it. It's kind of neat. Each area that has like stuff over level 30, I think has one. So like there's at least like there's several of them just like dotted around the game, but like it's only really like a Realm Reborn stuff that actually like has those like multi-stage ones, which is kind of sad. Tetraruin make firewater for Buscaron. You bring thingies Tetraruin need? Yeah, I found these random whiskers while I was doing stuff. You brought all thingies. Tetraruin make firewater now. Make good firewater for good Buscaron. Tetraruin start making firewater now. Good firewater take time, more good. You come back later. Tetraruin appears to have finished his gift for Buscaron while I was reorganizing my inventory there. Tetraruin make firewater. Good firewater. You take the Buscaron. Good firewater for good Buscaron. Tell Buscaron no drink now. Tell put away 1 year. 1 year make best flavor. Tetraruin hope Buscaron happy. Tetraruin give Buscaron thankies. Many, many thankies. You tell Buscaron. Tetraruin make big shop someday. Biggest shop in Eorzea. Make many, many sparklies. All thanks to good Buscaron. Okay. Now we just gotta head back. Why is this still in the game? I say why is this still in the game as like a thing of like, why was this the thing that wasn't cut when the MSQ was shortened, you know? On my way back, I decided to get this one too because it was just sitting there. Neat. That's 2 out of the fate achievements that are done. How many are there? Like, let me actually find them. They're somewhere here. I think they're in exploration? No, it's for like actually exploring areas. Oh, there they are. They're under battle. So as you can see, it's like you take it with this eye and like all of these. So we got 2 out of a lot of them. Apparently there's a lot more than just like the 8 I thought they were. There's quite a bit. Let's actually go talk to Buscaron now. Ah, you've returned. Thanks for seeing the Tetraruin's belongings for him. What's this from me? A foul brew that is made by tossing various items found in the wild, both live and dead, into a barrel of water and letting the concoction ferment for a Sen night under the warm sun. I think it's a Sen night. Is that actually 100 days? 1 second. Ah, a Sen night is a week. Okay, so just like how a fortnight is yeah, just like how a fortnight is 14 days, a Sen night is half of a fortnight, I guess. Kirkern Firewater, so he remembers my fondness for the drink, does he? Why, that old bloody hells, who's cutting onions back there? He says to shelve it for a year, does he? That sounds about right. I hate to have it go to waste, but I reckon it'll be worth it. This stuff has the aroma and body unlike any other drink I know. Still gonna be a long year. Let's say you come back then, friend. We'll see if we can't make it through this ball together. Yeah, it was level 23 stuff. I've already, like, outranked all that stuff. Selfish concerns. If Buscaron had his druthers, he'd have an adventurer with whom to share talk of sylphs. There was word while you were away. Sylphs were seen in the wood, but near no lands of his own. No, this was a place near to here. A place we've known a sylph to come. Something must have given them cause to venture this far. More than like the missing sylph elder among them. Here I've marked the tract where they were sighted on your map. Go see if there's anything to be seen. Oh, that's actually a lot of spots. Oh, it's the Garleans. What are you doing here, sir? Nothing at spot 2. Nothing in spot 3. This one was a little bit weird to locate, but this one actually has, like, some people here, so I guess it was a little worth it in the end. Gotta make sure I actually keep my my hunting log up. So I've been defeating all of these enemies that have just been around as I've been trying to find this one. It's like hidden in a weird place. There we go, all 5. Out of the 5 areas, we found 3. We found 3 Imperials that were just like standing around, so I guess we found something. So, was there aught to be found in the wood? What did you come to Garleans in this part of the Twelves Wood? First Sifs, now Garleans, and now in all the same place. Cannot be a mere coincidence. Might the Garleans be following the Sylphs? Tracking them or giving chase, mayhap? But no, not this far into the forest. The Whaler's spires are everywhere. Imperials could never have gotten past all of them. How in bloody hells could they... Unless someone guided them through. Someone who knew where the spires stand, where the Wood Whalers watch, a Gradanian traitor. We just got the money again. I wonder, I wonder if it's gonna be the guy that we threw water on earlier. I wonder if that's the guy that's gonna be the person who we need to talk to. I mean, it's the exact same model, who is slightly different than every other model because he has sideburns. Buscarin has more work for a willing adventurer. I'm glad you've come, friend. There's something I want to talk to you about. You know, I said I thought that we might have a traitor in our midst. Someone as was aiding the Garleans. Let me just pull that back up since I accidentally clicked the wrong thing. Well, I'm thinking I may have identified our suspect. They're a regular of mine who used to dine on thin soup and sip his pint on account of not being able to afford another. But of late, he's taken to ordering my best wines and finest cuts of meat I can lay my hands on. Were he a merchant, I'd probably think nothing of it. But this lad's a wood whaler. And wood whalers don't earn that kind of coin. By chance, I was musing on where the money was coming from when you first told me about the Garleans in the forest, and I couldn't help but put 2 and 2 together. Suffice it to say, if a whaler was working with the Empire, none of us is safe. The lad I was talking about goes by the name of Laurentis. Last I heard, he was in the South Shroud. Find him, Blue. And if he is up to no good, put an end to it. And him, if it comes to that. Okay. Guess we gotta go find this, Guess we gotta go find Sideburns somewhere. I wonder if he is, oddly just around the corner, actually. Ugh! Like, can you not see him on patrol? Be gone. If you have business with the whalers, take it to the barracks. Can you not? Not long now. I don't think the patrol routes and rations would fetch such a price. Not more than I deserve, though. 'Tis a little wonder that the Empire has risen to such heights. If only the whalers paid men their worth. Oh, what? You? How long have you... Help! Help, please come quick, my friends. It is I, Laurentis. I am under attack. Oh. Man. If that isn't, like, the big condemnation... just having a random... I decided to just punch him in the face instead of, using another spell. How dare he be at 1%? How did you... You just... I know nothing. I was on patrol. You just appeared. I thought you were working with the Guardians. Dude. You serious? There he is. He was hiding behind the log. Of course. And of course he's got the light of duty calls around him. So here we go. How long have you... Do you mean to keep this up? What is it you imagine I've done? Enough, I say. It's over, then. I sold maps and rations to the Empire. It was I. I meant no harm. I only wanted the coin. The whalers are good, strong. I was proud to join their ranks. I am proud, but they do not provide. They preach justice, honor, duty, but in the end, it's those with money who do as they will, who live as they will. So I thought the opportunity to change my fortunes and took it. All I've done for money. Endangered myself, my home, and everything and everyone I love. Why, my actions have put your life in danger too. He then laughs maniacally. Thought you do not realize it just yet. Bloody idiot. Did you imagine that you had me cornered? No, it is I who was... It is not I who was cornered. Garleans, I brought you, the Makote bitch. Wow. Permit me a question, if you will. Are all adventurers so deluded as to believe that they can challenge the power of Garlemald? You would need a veritable mountain of gil to fund such an endeavor. Such is the cost of fighting great power, or making it, or remaking it as we will Gridania. So that's the way of it. Swapped your hard bunk at the barracks for a feather bed in Garlemald, did you? You there, Makote. You stand here, at old old Busk's wish, no? Then you won't stand alone. Ah, cool. So we got a tank and a DPS, just in case, we needed any of those. Why have the feeling that, reinforcements are on their way as we speak? I believe I, failed this the first time because I wasn't doing enough damage. Look at me, I'm just running around. If this is a fight Buscaran wants... why? You scum have no allegiances! Oh, it's the, Makote hunters that are in this area. So, if you did the Gridania storyline like I did the first time I was going through here, I actually got a, like, really excited because of this. Because, most of the Gridania storyline is about how, like, how the endemic, Makote and the, Elizin just don't seem eye to eye with each other. And so, to see them kind of working together like this is actually really cool. And oddly enough, this is another reason, like, again, like, a lot of the stuff in Gridania, oddly enough, really caters to you being a Makote character, and it's kind of interesting whenever it comes up, you know? How has it come to this? He says as he falls to the ground, not dying. Impossible. How did you best the Empire's finest, and with bandits and poachers at your side? They are sworn enemies. How do you fight? How do they fight with you and not against you? Ah, but I know the answer all too well. Buscaron. This was his doing. His words are wont to inspire men to act. Better men than I. Gods, what have I become? What have I done? I'm sorry. I'll no more pursue this folly. No more lies. No more bribes. I will go to the Order of the Twin Adder and confess my crimes. There's nothing I would like to tell you. Oh, there's something I would like you to tell Buscaron. Tell him Laurentus the Fool says thank you. I feel as though a veil has been lifted before my eyes. And thus Laurentus decided not to learn his lesson. I'm not going to spoil what happens later, but... Oh my gosh, what... Just spawned me right in the middle of a fate? Jeez. Also because I don't think I'll ever get a time to say this ever, because it's there. The name of this course is called Nouveau Riche, which is a slur that means from new money. Because of course rich people are gonna figure out a slur to call people that aren't as rich as they are. Laurentus confessed his crimes. I had word from the Twin Adder. Seems he marched straight into the nest and gave himself up. Lad's had quite the life, you know. His mother was killed by a brigand when he was only small. As a young man, he joined the Whalers, hoping to spare his fellow Gridanians the misery he'd known growing up. Trouble is, protecting Gridania is too big of a job for one man. He came to believe that he couldn't make a difference, and that it was hopeless. There are few things more dangerous than desperation, and a man lost in the dark can easily drawn to the glimmer of coin. I reckon he thought that if he couldn't change the lot of his fellow man, he might as well change his own. Thing is, he was making a difference, just not his own. Somehow, he had failed to grasp one single truth, that those things we cannot do alone, we must do together. Eh? He asked you to thank me, did he? Then there's good in him yet. I hope them at the Adder's Nest are able to see it. What he's done ain't easy to forgive, but I think that he'd be afforded a chance to make amends. But let us leave fates to the 12. I have other news for you, Blue. Sylph Elder has been found. Into the Beast's Maw. Buscaron has reliable information regarding the whereabouts of the Sylph Elder. I think I need any of those. Thanks for helping, by the way, guys. It's been taking us a fair old while, but we finally got our hands on some reliable information concerning the whereabouts of your missing green friend. Ahem. His name is Fricio, and he is the eldest among the sylphs in Little Solus. Long has he represented his kind in dialogue with the Gridanians. Yes, he is a bridge between us and them. Small leafy bridge that we couldn't find at the moment. The bridges are no use if you don't know where they are, and that's why it's so important that we find him. There's an abandoned dungeon called the Maws of Toto-Rak, here in the south shroud. 'Twas by the entrance to the place that Fricio was seen, and not long ago either. If you hurry, I reckon you'll find him. Walking ones, please help this one. This one needs help. Needs help to help Elder One. Poor Fricio, poor Fricio. Whoa, 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 hold your chocobos. Take a deep breath in and tell us what's wrong. Nice and slow. Elder One went into Toto-Rak, but has not returned. This one is worried, so very worried. And right you might be. That place crawls with nasties waiting to make a meal of anyone daft enough to wander in. What in the 7 hells was he thinking entering that bloody death trap? Elder One had no choice. Imperial ones were chasing Elder One. Please, Walking Ones, please help Elder One. Help Elder One now. The fates conspire against us. Forgive my pragmatism, but Frishio is our best hope of reaching an accord with the Sylphs. Were we to lose him, all of our efforts thus far would have been for naught. I will tend to her wounds, Ida. Make haste to Adder's Nest and request assistance. Understood. Blue, go into Maws of Toto-Rak and see that Frishio comes to no harm. Peace between man and sylph rests upon your success. Okay. And now we actually reach our... what is this, like... fourth dungeon if you didn't do, the optional dungeon, fifth if you had. Toto-Rak is one of the most changed, like, dungeons of all time. Like, every single... Like, it really does feel like that this dungeon, like, at the end of the day, is one of the most, like, altered from its original state. Because, as they said, this is an abandoned dungeon. So, the way that dungeons used to work in 1.0 is that you would walk into them with your party of, like, up to 15 people, and just start, like, walking around. Toto-Rak used to be an open exploration dungeon in which there were like 3 different bosses that you could face with different amount of treasures in it that you could find, and they had all of these switchbacks and all of these different corridors. And when 2.0 came out, they removed the optional bosses, they removed like some of the extra paths, and they removed like and of course now they made it a 4-person instance dungeon. But the interesting thing is that recently, as of the most recent expansion, they changed it again. By order of the Elder Seats here, the dungeon known as Maws of Toto-Rak has been placed under the control of... What? Sylph Elder inside? Well, are you sure about this? How the 7 hells did he manage to sneak by? God strike me down for a pure-blind fool. You must find the Sylph Elder before he falls prey to fiends within. Entrance to Toto-Rak is ordinarily restricted, but these are exceptional circumstances. Pray assemble a rescue party and enter as soon as you're ready. 1,000 Maws of Toto-Rak is now accessible. Okay. Enter with a party of NPCs. We're gonna stick with our Arcanist. Yeah. So one of the things I actually really liked about the original Toto-Rak from 2.0, I say original, but like the secondary version of Toto-Rak is that the entire dungeon felt very claustrophobic. I liked how every tight corridor like enemies were just pouring out of, and it really felt oppressive. But I can understand why they wanted to switch it up, because now this dungeon feels a lot more spacious. There's a lot more room to move around. You could see enemies a lot more clearer and all that type of stuff. Like, you see this? This is like 4 times wider than the dungeon used to be. Like, every single doorway was like this wide. I don't think you could even like see like the old map in this one at all. Much like some of the other Realm Reborn dungeons, this one was changed to be a lot more linear. But then again, like, people have said for a very long time that they've hated linear dungeons in a Realm Reborn, like, hated non-linear dungeons, but I feel like some of the charm from Copperville Mines kind of left with it, but I feel like Toto-Rak actually feels a lot better to run now, even if I enjoyed the way it was before. Water-stained note. First Spear Rydal. Toto-Rak exploration notes. Dangerous fauna encountered upon entering cave. Culling as per mission parameters. Expect an encounter more as we press deeper. Okay. This is one of the, besides the note in Sestasha, this is one of the first times that we actually get, like dungeon lore, like, on the walls and stuff. So it's kind of neat. Yeah, you'll notice that I'm gonna be using AoE spells a lot in this dungeon. And that's because you get swarmed by enemies quite a bit in here. Okay, cool. Now that we've defeated all the enemies, we've actually opened up the passageway over here. The other thing that they changed is that, like, you used to actually need to attack the doorway to get through. Yeah. One of the reasons why Arcanist is currently, like, one of the best classes in the game is that, well, I'm saying Arcanist because that's what I currently am, but, like, Summoner is one of the best classes is because it has so much variety where you can either attack fast on the move, you can turn any attack into an AoE. Like, it's pretty good, you know? And I feel like, because originally I was going to do a video about, like, the changes that they were going to do to this class and why I feel like that it might ruin it. But, honestly, like, as a big fan of Summoners, I am very happy with the fact that they made this class feel powerful. They made this class feel powerful and attractive. If you know what that's a reference to, then good on you for having incredibly bad taste like I do. Yeah. Like, unfortunately, like, one of the downsides to using AoE type spells is that, of course, you are going to be doing a lot less damage. But at the same time, it means that, like, you're going to be more likely to actually hit something. Especially if it's a placement ability and not just a, yeah, like, all of the, like, rooms were, like, this small going through it and, like, doorways this big. Like, it's actually pretty interesting, all things considered. Unfortunately, the one thing that, did get kind of altered that makes me really sad is that the boss rooms are now circles, which always feel kind of bad. I've always liked non-traditional, like, non-circular boss rooms, you know? Look at this. Like, Summoner is the most mobile class that isn't a ranged DPS. Like, it is a ranged melee. It's really funny how it's like, oh, what are my two favorite classes? The most mobile caster and the most powerful ranged class is like, huh. Warden's gauntlets. What do these look like? Oh, right. These. So if I remember correctly, the Warden set was actually stuff from, like, 1.0. Well, I mean, like, everything in this is from 1.0, but, like, But you know what I mean, where it's like, this was like some of like the end game stuff from like 1.0. Actually, no, like the level 30. Whatever. Like, I'm just like rambling at this point. For some reason, I thought I couldn't stand in the water. First Spear Rydal, Toto-Rak Exploration Note 2. Engaged with sizable fiend. Succeeded in exterminating, but casualties mounting. Must consider turning back if situation worsens. I like how the note is just, we encountered exactly what you encountered, Explorer. Just so you know, we are probably screwed. Yeah, the big difference between, doing AoE stuff... Yeah, the biggest difference between doing AoE stuff and doing, single direct targeted ones is that you can make sure that all of the, you can make sure that every enemy gets a little bit of damage. Unlike directly attacking someone, in which you can make sure that that one falls. Dungeon ceilings. That's for... That's for planting, but I can never remember what it actually creates, you know? The fact that these things are called prison puddings, like, actually kind of weirds me out a little bit. See, look at that. Like, my reasoning for, like, doing AoE right there was to make sure that I got those little tiny hits onto the other pudding as I was hitting the one with the more health. Like, stuff like that is important, but... like, at the same time, I feel like that, like, a lot of the utility of AoE, skill specifically, just comes down to, am I attacking every enemy? And a lot of the times you don't want to do that, because, you know, the more damage you do to something, the more aggro you get, and you don't want to rip the aggro from the tank, you know? With how much damage you're doing. Brigand's gloves. Cool, I guess we're just getting gloves today. Those ones are moderately okay, but like... I'm pretty sure that the outfit from this dungeon that I like is the casting set. And we just haven't run into any of the casting set. Or specifically the chest piece. Yeah, if this was, I wonder like, how I would feel about, like, things like Arcanist if I actually played during, early 2.0, in which elemental stuff actually meant stuff. You know? I always check here to see if the chest is still there, and it's never there, and I get sad. Because they moved that chest up here for some reason. I liked having a chest in an alcove. The Eternal Shade. Which one is this? Okay. It's just traditional, like, wood whaler leather. Nah. Like, as you could tell, like, a lot of the dungeon gear not really does it for me. It's just that, like, the early dungeon gear, like, I'm talking about, like, the first 3 dungeons that we went through, like, that's some of the best dungeon gear, like, in A Realm Reborn. That, and I think the stuff from Stone Vigil, which is like near the end of A Realm Reborn, I think might have the best dungeon gear. Oh wait, yeah, the rings from the next dungeon are also pretty okay. But the rings are like class specific, so I also kind of just collect all those rings as well, just so I could put them on the different classes. Although I do find it kind of funny that, again, because this dungeon was originally designed as an open environment one in which you could take multiple paths. Fighting the same boss twice feels kind of awkward. Not gonna lie. Like, they actually probably should have changed it up where it was something. Like, if there was, like, a large pudding that you fought here instead of a second, Curl of Ninetails. You know, I always forget I have Addle and Faint on my DPS characters. It's so bad. Like, I know they probably aren't. I just kind of wish that there was a, like, there's Addle, there's Faint, and I wish there was a third one for ranged DPS, but I think they also get Faint. Because they're melee. Which, Faint is melee-based, and Addle is magic-based. Which one was this? The Ascetics Half-Robe. Try on. Right, it's the pink one of these with the brown. This one is the casting gear, right. So I was wrong on that. Turns out the casting gear is also pretty bad. Like, I distinctly remember trying to farm this dungeon for a piece of gear, and I completely forget which one it was. But it actually did take me a while to get it. I do remember that much. Checking like every single one of these rooms for items, because I don't want to leave any item behind, you know. Also, we haven't found any more notes from that exploration group. Oh, speak of the devil. I wish there was like some sort of combination where if you did an AoE, the abilities to actually use Aether Flow, like you got a bonus, you know? We're just like, oh, because you used an AoE ability and then immediately shifted to a single target one, you get some sort of like bonus from that. Either if it's like, well, Fester's already instant cast, so I guess you can fix that. I guess it would just be like 25%. Okay. Expedition Notes 3. Dynamite infestation confirmed. Scores of eggs on verge of hatching. Beyond armies to deal with. Aborting mission. Subsequent parties beware. Okay. So this is literally as far as anyone ever got into here, and they just decided to nope out because this is now a diorite nest. Ugh. I did not like the sound of that foot foley right there. Yeah, there's a lot of enemies up there. The Taurus staff. Ooh, tainted louse. Now, don't ask me why my brain immediately translated that to tainted love, but it did. I'm upset. As I usually am whenever my brain decides to do something stupid. Don't ask me why I decided to just use a adder on a random enemy, but I did. Like, I'm just sitting there, just like... Again, there's a lot of enemies. It's why I was, doing AoE stuff, is so I can try to do the... So I can try to get rid of them faster, but, like... Like, in reality, like, there's just... On the bright side, this dungeon is so much better now that you don't have to worry about the gunk on the ground reducing your speed. So if you don't have a ranged DPS, you're instantly going like half the speed that you would normally go in the dungeon. Thanks, guys. Took out an enemy right before my attack landed on it, so it missed. Cool. We mapped the whole realm for 1,000 Maws of Toto-Rak. Huh. I wonder what type of enemy we're going to encounter here. Also, they drained all of the weird goopy stuff to this room in particular. Oh, it's you again.
Darkness.
Elko hitra buglo hads. Seastabon Rajiadorn. Thagon well rogue. Tosan no paiki. Mayhap I might if I deign to speak in my guest crude tongue. We meet at last. I am Lahabrea of the Asians, servant to the one true God. Yours is a most fantastical tale, truly absorbing. It is a tale to tell Eorzea's children before bedtime, and it will soon be dark, bringer of light.
The dark minions.
All that stands between this world and darkness is an irksome anomaly in the ether. The Echo. Yes, yours is a most fascinating tale. Alas, like all good tales, it must needs come to an end. But fear not.
Here, feel the presence of evil.
For the end of your tale is but the beginning of another. The tale of the crystal's demise.
That's really cool, I guess. So, I guess now we know our true villain's name. And we know that he's out to get us. So, in a little bit, Raphaeus, that's the name of the scorpion. The scorpion-like dynamite. It's gonna summon all these enemies. We need to keep a lookout for when it happens. I think it happens now? No, not yet. There we go. So the tail is now targetable. And since it's the thing that's doing a lot of damage by leaving stuff on the ground, we're automatically going to just start focusing on it. There we go. Now its tail is down. So its damage potential is going to be a lot less. So many parties I see do this dungeon never target his tail, and it's actually kind of distressing. Whoops! I threw Adel onto the random enemy. I don't think it regrows its tail ever. For some reason, in the back of my head, I'm like, oh yeah, if you if you take too long, it will just spawn new tail, and I don't think it does. There we go. There we go. I adjusted the game audio a little bit, so it's a little bit louder on the game. So hopefully the dialogue right there wasn't too quiet, but I'm pretty sure it was. Okay. Let's see what was in the treasure coffer. Warden's legs. Cool. Oh, we got the 1,000 screams. Okay. We got Warden's legs, which are, again, is just the stuff that the tanks use. Did we actually get anything else? Oh, the weapons, okay. So we got the Taurus staff, which is, for thaumaturge. The Taurus staff is okay. It's kind of like it got an eye look to it. Then we got the Pupil's Book of Brass. It's shiny on the back, but it's still got the symbols on the front. And when I kind of look at stuff to use for the Arcanist classes, I usually like going with books that don't have those like weird symbols in it. Either like the books that are just filled with like text, or like ones that have like a different readout on them, you know? And then Elmund's Tusk, which is the Marauder's weapon. It's kind of plain. So basically what I'm saying is that this entire dungeon's entire set of items are just a write-off. That's nice to know. Cool. Ah, finally fresh air. Mayhap not so fresh, but better than before. Ah, Sinister One is gone. This one could leave this awful place. Hmm? Did Walking One vanish the many-liked one? This one is grateful to Walking One. This one is called Freeshow, eldest of these ones of little solace. Oh, I'm getting a vision again. Alpha Squad reporting in, sir. Nothing of note at Lark's call, sir. Understood. We charged at Ira 12. Damn it all, where's that cursed icon hiding? No sign of our wizened friend. Afraid not, my lord. Shall I order the search perimeter to be expanded? Absolutely not. We risk alerting the Gridanians to our presence. His Excellency bid us avoid unnecessary confrontation. Loath I am to admit it, I have found no evidence that Ramu will be gracing the mortal realm in the near future. I ask you, what good is a god who doesn't grant one's wishes? Were I a self, I would strongly consider finding myself another idol. Which reminds me, what of the cells we captured? A handful of them seemed to be responsibly good health when I last looked. Oh, my apologies, my lord. I fear we may have been overzealous in our efforts to compel them to summon their icon. Really, Centurion, were you not aware that the vegetables bruise easily? Well, that I did not entrust you on such an important task of making my dinner. Well, mayhap it was a kindness. Better dead in truth than dead in one's own god, I suppose. If you believe in such things. Dawn is upon us. Make ready to withdraw. Useless. We are so close to completion. I can fair taste it, but at this rate... No, I must be patient. Our efforts will bear fruit in due time. What was it you always said? Ah, yes. Though it mean bring down the very heavens, who shall challenge the limits of possibility if we not? And that alone you are right, Garland. But your star has long fallen, while mine doth begin to rise. And it shall burn so bright that Lord Van Baelsar, ultimate weapon, will seem a mere candle besides it. Laughing noise as he walks away like an anime villain. Those walking ones, did for Noxia. This one is certain of it. This one fears that the other ones were also taken and suffered the same fate. This one is convinced. Walking ones have black hearts. Seek only the harm these ones. Walking ones are not to be trusted. Now, Horatia, do not pass judgment so hastily. Not all walking ones are alike. Though there are evil ones among the walking ones, there are good ones also. Does walking one feel unwell? Oh, don't mind me, I just had a vision. Oh, this one would know. What brings walking ones to this place? Well, to find you, actually. Does this one rescue at Noshia's bidding? Then this one owes walking one a debt of gratitude. Walking one has questions about Lord Ramu. Then this one will provide answers. But first, let these ones quit this lightless place. This one will return to Little Solace when walking one is ready. Please come see this one. These ones may speak properly then. Then it's settled. Let this one accompany walking one outside. Okay, we did have to actually talk with Buscaron. Ah, you're back. Tell me the Sylph Elder as well. Thank the gods for that. I don't rightly know what to make of the rest of your tale. But I am full glad Frigio did not come to harm. Ah, but there I go, tempting fate. Run over to Little Solace and secure us peace with the Sylphs before aught else befalls us, eh? Rest assured, I will send word to our friends of Charlene and the Twin Adder both. You've done Gridania a great service this day, lass. You've earned yourself a place of honor here at Druthers, and in doing so, be sure to come by whenever you feel like a drop of Kirkern firewater. No thanks. I'm good. Although I will sell, coins I got, so I can, have just, like, a little bit more money. Wow. That was 1,000. Neat. Buscaron has something he wants delivered to the Sylphs. Say, friend, there's something I'd like to ask you to see you delivered to the Sylphs of Little Solace. This Azima Rose Oil. It's a gift to celebrate the safe return of their tribe's elder, and a token of Gridania's desire to unite. The wood is not what it once was. The calamity changed the elementals, weakened them. Until their strength is returned, we must lend them ours to keep the wood safe. But ours alone will not be enough. We must have the strength of the Sylphs as well. Only by working together and fighting together will we survive together. And the Trolls would with us. The gift I ask you to bear is a symbol of the hope that both Gridanian and Sylph alike will live to see the light beyond this darkness. Okay, cool. Now we just gotta head back over to Little Solace and turn all of this in. So I'm practically at level 30 with Arcanist now, so I might as well explain this now. Probably the next episode will be me doing the 3 class quests all the way up to level 30 for Gladiator, Conjurer, and Arcanist, so I can get those ones up. But yeah, it's I'll most likely be doing those 3 and then continuing the story, but if not, I'll just do those and then just dive right into doing the rest of the class quests for the rest of the classes. But that might also be like another like 40 minute video, like 4-hour video, so who knows if I actually want to do that right off the bat, you know? A gift from Walking One Boscaron. A gift for these ones. Azima Rose Oil, a fragrant oil pressed from freshly harvested Azima rose hips. Such a lovely scent. This one's never smelled anything like this before. Walking One Boscaron and Adventuring One are very kind. Know that this one is deeply grateful. Many Walking Ones are scary. Many Walking Ones utter many lies and such deception. But this one is moved. Let all of these ones be friends forever. Okay, Kumushio. Kumushio wants you to discuss peace with Fuishio. This one has been expecting Walking One. This one fetches Elder One. This one is pleased to see Walking One again. Welcome to the home of these ones. Oh, there you are, Blue. You must have been hearing your deeds of daring do. Well done. Oh, we have been, yeah. Ah, the Walking Ones who aided Neuratia. This one is grateful. A pleasure to have been of service, but if you don't mind my asking, how did your misadventure come about? This one does not mind. The misadventures, as Walking One calls them, of this one began when Imperial Ones entered the wood. Fearing trouble, these ones decided to watch Imperial Ones closely. But these ones watched too closely, and Imperial Ones noticed and tried to catch these ones. Having nowhere else to hide, this one fled into Toto-Rak. Would that this one had not. In Toto-Rak, a sinister one robed in black tried to feed this one to a many-legged one. A sinister one robed in black. I have the feeling I should be more worried about that than I am. Elder Frigio, we have come to you as emissaries of the nation of Gridania. This missive bears the words of Elder Seedseer. This one sees, so Walking Ones of Gridania are fearful of Lord Ramu. Plainly put, yes. Your people summoned the Lord of Leven but once. Yet that single occurrence occasioned great alarm. But it's not as the Gridanians dislike you or anything. Actually, it's just the opposite. They think of you as friends, and if they don't want anything to get in the way of that. That's why the Elder Seedseer wrote to you. This one knows well and respects, Horned One Kanesena. Be assured, like Walking Ones of Gridania, these ones have no desire for conflict. These ones resorted to summoning Lord Ramu to protect the wood from Imperial Ones. This one counseled against doing so, but was not heeded. Against this one's wishes, Lord Ramu was summoned, and all of those who took part became touched ones. These ones want so desperately to turn touched ones back to normal ones, they did not know how. And still do not know. Touch Ones, meanwhile, wanted to turn these ones into Touch Ones, and did know how. So this one fled to little solace with all of these ones, who did not wish to be bound to Lord Ramu. But Walking Ones of Gridania need not fear Touch Ones or Lord Ramu. Unlike other primal ones, Lord Ramu is not callous or cruel. So long as Walking Ones do not trespass on these ones' ancestral homeland, where Touch Ones reside, Walking Ones will not suffer thunderous judgment. This one has spoken enough of touched ones. This one would speak instead of these ones. As this one said, these ones desire a peace with walking ones of Gridania. And so these ones ask for a chance to set things right. By the way of addendum, mortals who are tempered come to take on the qualities embodied by the primal in question. In these case of the sylphs, Ramu's influence made them fiercely protective of their homeland. That explains why they're so hostile toward trespassers. But what about the abductions? Fine question, Ida. The abductions are, I believe, an expression of the tempered self's desire for reconciliation, another quality traditionally associated with Ramu. In the crudest manner imaginable, they seek to bring their fellows back into the fold, and a timely reminder that the challenges posed by each primal are unique. Elder Friccio, we thank you for making your will known to us. The people of Gridania will rest easier with the knowledge that they and the sylphs are united in their desire for peace. Wishing to cooperate with this one has written down the feelings of this one. Please see that the feelings are conveyed to Horn 1 Kane-sana. And with that, I believe that we can lay the matter of Ramu to rest. That Sylph Elder is very responsible, I must say. You could learn a lot from him. Is that a jibe? If so, I feel it only fair to observe that one of us wouldn't recognize a reason if it punched her on the nose. Did I say fair? I meant reasonable. Anyway, we were going back to Waking Sands to tell Minfilia all about it. Fear not, we will be able to mention the instrumental part you played in all of this. And while we see to that, we should appreciate that you would deliver Friccio's message to the Adder's Nest. Elder Friccio, we humbly thank you for your time. It has been an honor. The honor is this one's. Together let the walking ones of Gridania and these ones find a place to live in peace. Please wait, Walking One Blue. This one has yet to give Walking One a token of one's appreciation. When these ones summoned Lord Ramu, these ones were gifted with this crystal. This one would now bestow the crystal upon the Walking One as a symbol of one's trust. This one was not mistaken about Walking One. Walking One is destined to walk a fate far crueler than this one can imagine. A brilliant light from within Walking One enveloped the crystal. This one saw. Mark this one well. That crystal will one day be of use to Walking One. Walking One must keep that crystal safe at all times. Before Walking One returns to Gridania, this one would ask Walking One to watch Touched Ones. So long as Touched Ones are not troubled, Touched Ones will not make trouble. If Walking One witnesses Touch One's making trouble, mayhap Walking One can testify to Walking Ones of Gridania that these ones mean you no harm. These ones' homelands are fraught with danger. This one marks down safe places to look out for Touch Ones. Okay, cool. We have to do like this tiny little thing and then we're out of here, right? Yep, these ones are in fact purple. The second that I was able to, I teleported all the way back over here. Okay. Off isn't blue. How about the meeting with the sylphs? Fluid lettering of Little Solace Elder Friccio, as it is beautiful as it is unintelligible. A missive from the elder, from the Sylph Elder himself. If I may, so the Sylphs have no desire for conflict, nor do they intend to summon Ramu. And as long as we leave the Tempered Ones be, we need not fear any aggression on their part. The Elder Seeds here will be overjoyed to hear that the Sylphs have welcomed our overtures, and in the knowledge that they bear us no ill will, we may channel our resources towards tackling the more conspicuous threats of our security. You have done this nation a great service, my friend. On behalf of all Gridanians, I give you my thanks. Cool, can now we turn this in? Oh my gosh, we're getting 10 more Vesper Bay tickets. The Sylphic folk have been long friends of Gridania. The mere thought of being at war with them pained the Elder Seedseer to no end. But owing to your efforts, she will be able to rest easier. Being the benevolent soul that she is, my lady will surely find a way to reverse the tempering process. Once again, I thank you. Had the Silence of the Seventh Dawn not offered to mediate between our peoples, suspicion and doubt may well have led to the needless conflict. Pray, pass my regards on to Lady Minfilia. Hello, Blue? Can you hear me? It is I, Minfilia. Ida and Pavolima returned a little while ago, and they wasted no time regaling me with the tale of your exploits. Thanks in large part to you, the name of one primal may be struck from our list of enemies, and the Gridanians may turn their attention to more pressing matters. Well done. Yet the end of one tale is the start of another. Pray return to the Waking Sands, and at your earliest convenience, I would appraise you of the present situation in person. I'm gonna just automatically just open this up and use one of the Vesper Bay tickets we basically never use. Okay, now we're back over here. Yeah, we still have like 5 more Vesper Bay tickets, and we're about to get 10 more. Why? Why do we need that many? You can just throw those all into there so I can just like run off, you know? Oh, Tatru needs something. Well, if isn't my favorite adventurer. Welcome back, Blue. Lady Minfilia waits for you within the solar. Please enter at your leisure. I'm given to understand that the matter of Ramu has been finally resolved. I fear resolved bespeaks the permanence that we cannot rightly claim. Yet I am satisfied that the Lord of Levin is no trouble, will not trouble us in the foreseeable future. Your satisfaction is assurance enough for me. How fares the investigation? Well enough. Thankers sparing no effort. They are many in one, as you expected. Their purpose, however, eludes us still. I see. I've been meaning to ask you, but is Alice quite well? feel as if I had scarcely seen her in recent days. Oh, you haven't, and nor have I. Alas, Alice has chosen to walk her own path, stubborn girl, but you may be assured that our destination remains the same. On that note, I take my leave of you. I trust that the Baldessian report will serve you well. I take it we can proceed as discussed? Why do you ask? You scarce need my permission to ask. Oh, to act. Hey, it's that kid again. It was good to see you again, Blue. I've been looking forward to congratulate you on your triumph in the Trollswood. Owing to your efforts, conflict has been averted. Truly, you have done the Scions proud. And with that, we could strike Ramuh from the list. So who's next? The Sahagin and Leviathan? The Lord of the World has not answered his minion calls of late, nor is he expected to in the near future. While the Sahagin remain inaggressive as ever, they lack the quantity of crystals required to call forth their god. As with the Sylphs, we can leave them to their own devices, for a time at least. For the time bears repeating. We can ill afford to fall complacent. It is as Ishtola says, unless we know the mind of the beast tribes, we cannot predict with any certainty when next a primal will return to plague the land. This being the case, we must proceed with as much haste as prudence allows. Any words on Titan? The Maelstrom keeps the kobolds under constant observation. We shall hear from them ere long. You may depend upon it. Indeed. So then, of all known primals that we have had active in recent times, we are left with Gridania. I mean Garuda, who is the primal of the Ixal who lived near Gridania. Yes, that's what I meant. So many moms to cover. Would that there were a more efficient way to conduct our surveys. Were he still with us, we would not have long waited for a more predictable solution. She's not wrong there. Where in the world are you, Chief? But one sure step at a time. Henceforth, the Order of the Twin Adder will handle all matters pertaining to the Sylphs, under the sage guidance of the Seed Seers. I bid you all enjoy a moment's respite. You've earned it. And I shall take that to heart by doing a bunch of quests that will get our classes up to level 30. Because this is the perfect time to do it now. Is there something else, Blue? I mean, not really, but like, I got this crystal. Beg pardon, a man named La Habrea sporting a red mask, robed in black. 'Twas Preserve. Prior to the calamity, the Asians took great pains they were made hidden. Why would they choose to cast off their veil of secrecy now? God, this bodes ill. We must take advantage of the present lull in primal hostilities to investigate this La Habrea, learn all we can of him and his designs. I dread to think... Tatu? Oh, it's Nouritia. A Sylphin Thanolin. At long last, this one finds walking one blue. This one is most dependable of these ones, is sent by Elder one Frisia to help walking ones. This one is called Neuratia. This one comes as friend. Let these ones be friends. Pleasure to meet you, Neuratia. Tataru looks the most concerned that she has ever looked. Oh hey, thank you, you're back. Ah, Blue, pray do not concern yourself with my welfare. My current investigation has yielded some curious results, and at the present, I am pondering at how best to proceed. Okay. Guess you're gonna just take it easy for a bit. Oh, bread mint. Excuse me, lass, this might sound strange, but have you by chance seen a fella that looks exactly like me? I'm looking for my twin brothers, see, and I haven't really heard that they might have come through here. They could have been dead for all I know. Lest it feels like I've been chasing ghosts for an eternity now. Yeah, so... Oh hey, Clive from the hit game Final Fantasy XVI. Greetings, son. I come by behalf of the students of Baldessian. You may address me as Clive. Is there any reason that you are still here? Please carry on. Please carry on. I am not here to see you. Okay. I like how they're both wearing the dungeon gear from, like, the first 3 dungeons. Both of them, even though they're supposedly from across the sea. As you have doubtless witnessed in your travels, the land of Eorzea is gasping under the pale of a suffocating darkness. I must wonder if this darkness that invites disaster, or simply that disaster has left such a gloom in its wake. One thing is for certain, now is not the time to relax our vigilance. I'm to meet with the antecedent soon and discuss a matter of great import. Abba thinks it's my first official mission. I suppose it'll be good if it was, yes? I mean, I'm not sure if I'm ready, but still. A masked man? I vaguely recall some Amaja ranting about something like that in the middle of a skirmish. Of course, I wasn't listening too closely on the account of the fact that my friends were their friends were trying to kill me. I don't mean to waste your time, friend, but that is the only thing that comes to mind. Neuratia and I both wear masks. We're gonna get along famously, I just know it. Look, Neuratia, I realize that this makes no sense to you, but you must try to be more discreet. Years ago, a law was enacted in Ul'dah whereby... Please, just trust me that you stay out of sight. Walking ones of Ul'dah have not seen these ones before. This one knows. Still, must walking ones make such screaming sounds when seeing this one's face? This one cannot get a wink of rest. There's 2 types of Alamegans. Fools that wish to fight back, but know not how, and cowards who have chosen to run from their worries. Young man over there is a striking example of the former. Me? I'm the latter, or you couldn't tell. I'm starting to wonder if it's worth the hassle to prove who he was. I mean, maybe some folk would say, good on you, mate, and thanks for fighting to save Eorzea and whatnot, but I reckon most would ask what we've done for him lately, if not spit in our face before allowing Bahamut to blow up half of the goddamn world. Knowest thou the importance of the broken staff within the Solar? It fell from the grasp of Archon Louis Sois, the man who, in abiding love for all the Eorzeans, shielded us against the storm of the calamity. The stars wheel across the heavens, and the skies brighten once more. The survivors gather, and ignite a fiery dawn to burn away the glowering shroud. Ah, but Destiny, thou art beautiful. If only Master Garland were still with us. He was a brilliant man, full of life and purpose. Kind and generous. He taught us everything we know about engineering. Though believe me, he could have also been a hard person to please. He would force us to completely rebuild devices if even a single flaw was discovered. I can only imagine what he would say if he saw the tiny Bronco. People in masks cannot be trusted, but Biggs and I wear masks all the time when welding. Oh yeah, I guess so. In recent days, I've resumed my training idle hands make for idle work, and painful memories are all too quick to resurface. Is that why you're here, raking the stone ground? I'm gonna get away from you before my ears fall out. We got some stuff to kind of, throw around, but before I go for the day, like, this one recording session has been, like, 2.5 hours, and, like, I have another, like, 2.5 hours of just, like, recorded stuff to figure out where I'm gonna splice it. This is probably gonna be 2 episodes for this whole thing. It might actually just be 1, because half of one of the episodes might actually just be pure static of me just standing around, looking like an idiot. Yes, Tatu is as ready to express her fright as she is to express everything else. Not all of us are forged with the same steel as you, I'm afraid. But it takes all kinds to make a family, and it pleases me to no end to see ours continue to grow. One by one, the people of Eorzea are beginning to unite, Blue, drawn to the hope that it shines within you. Yet, a darkness threatens to engulf this light. Never have I doubted the Ascian presence, but they have grown so brazen as to carry out their work in plain sight fills me with a sense of deep foreboding. Oh, there's my 10 Aetheryte tickets. Okay. So, oh, back from the wood. Which achievements did we just get? Reach level 30 with Arcanist and complete the main scenario quest Back from the Wood. Okay. With that, we've basically hit a lull point of the story. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run some dungeons to get all of these classes up to level about like 31. And the reason why I say 31 is because that's where the flame private gear starts working, so I can actually utilize the set bonus from that. I know that I should just go on and not use the gear. In fact, I probably should just make the crafted stuff. But it's very rare that you see, like, people actually use the flame gear. So I kind of want to showcase it for just a little bit, you know? At least while we go about and do the class quest, because if you thought that the episode where we sat down and did all the class quests before was long, like, we have like 3 more to do on top of that. This is 8 classes that we need to do. Like, did we stop at 15, or did we actually do the level 15 quest? Let me just double check. We did the level 15 quest, okay. Except for Marauder. What do you mean I didn't do the level 15 quest for Marauder? Well, that's awkward. Like, probably someone was yelling at me that I should probably do that. Like, I just completely forgot, apparently. This might actually be this might actually be like 3 episodes. 4. Oh gosh. Because I kind of want to do all of the class quests, and that includes the like crafting and gathering ones up to level 30. I might actually just do those in just a very long session. You know what? I'm gonna split it up into 3 episodes. 1 episode is Gridania, 1 episode is Ul'dah, 1 episode is Limsa Lominsa. Okay, I'm gonna just record this little bit at the end so I can kind of explain what's gonna happen. Um, this episode is more than likely gonna come out after I stream the content for the next episode the day before. And then, like, over the course of the week, I'm gonna, like, edit it down so it, like, it flows a little bit better. But whatever I record during that section, like, I'm gonna use. I'm still planning on doing it so that all of the, we're gonna be doing all of, like, one areas, like, crafting, gathering, and combat classes all in, like, one video. But I feel like the way that I'm currently doing it, where, it takes, like, 2 weeks to edit down a video from like 5 hours to an hour and a half, like, doesn't really feel nice. So I am gonna be slightly moving it to my to a better format. Hopefully this is a little bit better on me and feels a little bit better. It's still gonna be lightly edited to remove all the dead air, but it means that, like, you'll be able to, like, see the unedited version on my Twitch for, like, a short amount of time. It'll also be the new format where I have more of the screen, like, less of the screen visible, but I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do about the text box. I might just, like, throw up, like, a very cheap, like, overlay on top of it. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do for like, the actual, like, layout of the screen itself, you know? But besides that, that's all I've got right now. I just wanted to tack this onto the end. So yeah, next time we'll be doing all of the old DOS stuff. And I'll see you then. Goodbye.